my heart beats full. Don't let time fool ya. It's now or never. It's now or never. You may never know until you try this slow. You see, in this world, not everything happens for a reason. The foolish ones, letting you walk away from me. Almost missed my chance, trying to see what's on the other side. Now that I found you, love, I will never.
All right, that particular song says everything happens for a reason, and for one reason or the other, I can't even explain. I lost. I just discovered that I couldn't hear myself. The console went off, and the audio was lost. Um, the audio was just lost out of the stream. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to explain what happened. I knew I was talking, I was making sense, I was, talking about, addiction steps on how to get out of addiction and all that. And then all of a sudden, the console just asked me to shut up. Yeah, so I just had to ensure that I, you know, do what I could do to restore the program. All right. A sincere apology for that break, for a reason best known to these things in front of me. They just decided to act the way they acted. I didn't send anybody any message. So it is 6:46 already. So I'm just going to take 15 minutes from now to 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. I'm just going to try and round up. I'm just going to try and conclude, and I'm just going to try and conclude this conversation from now till 5 p.m. So please bear with me for the next 15 minutes. Let's talk about this. And remember, I said I have a birthday shout out to make, so I'm going to do that immediately after the end of my conversation. All right. So I said earlier, talking about how to overcome an addiction. I said the first is to start the process according to one model of behavior change known as trans theoretical model. Making any kind of change involves a process that starts with recontemplating, pre-contemplation, and move into contemplation. All right. So you have to start the process. All right. You have to start the process. Making any kind of change involves a process that starts with pre-contemplation and move to contemplation. All right. Now, during this early stage of the process, you might be in a denial about the effects of your addiction. As you become more aware of the problems you are facing, you might then struggle from feelings of ambivalence, even as you become more aware of your need to overcome your addiction. Once you take that decision to change, however, you can begin with the process of preparing to take action. So, one of the first steps you can take in overcoming, in coming out of any form of addiction is to start the process. All right. Start the process. Once you make that decision to change, however, you can begin the process of preparing to take action. So start the process. Begin. Prepare your mind. Tell yourself, I need to take this step. You're right. Prepare yourself. Prepare your mind. Start the process now. The second step in overcoming any form of addiction is taking the decision to change. All right. Taking the decision to change. The decision to change is one of the most important steps in overcoming an addiction. By acknowledging that a change is needed, it means that you recognize that there is a problem and have a desire to address it. All right. So it's not just enough to wish, it's not just enough to want to come out of any form of addiction. You need to start the process. Start the process. Start the process. Now, after taking, the bold step to start the process, you also should have alongside in mind the decision, taking the decision to change. All right. So making a decision to change and deciding what that will look like is a process that often takes time. This is known as the contemplation stage because it involves thinking about whether to change and how. Let me take that again. Making the decision to change and deciding what that will look like is a process that often takes time. This is known as the contemplation stage because it involves thinking about whether to change and how. Ambitious goals are not always best. However, it is best to set a goal that you will actually achieve than to plan to quit. All right? Cold turkey and end up relapsing, which can be more dangerous than simply continue without any changes. Now, in other words, it's better to set a goal. Set a goal. If, for instance, you're smoking, you smoke 3 times in a day, set a goal. I'll start smoking twice, once in a day, once in a week, once in, that kind of goal. I would, so you set a goal. You set a goal. It is better you set a goal that that will be easy for you to, actualize, achieve, than to plan all of a sudden. You just, okay, you know what? I want to stop drinking. Bam! I want to stop smoking. I want to stop immunizing. I want to stop no. You will end up relapsing. So set a goal. I will stop watching pornography. I will stop being alone. I will stop staying up at night, late at night. I will reduce my time on social media. I will increase my time on positivity. Little steps, little steps, things that you can achieve gradually, before you know it. So yeah, so you're out of it. All right. So it begins with the decision to change. It begins with the decision to change. You need to have that decision. You need to take that decision to change. All right. Now, once you've started the process, you've decided to change, you need to prepare to change. Yes, prepare to change is another step. So once you are clear on your goal, you may still need to prepare to change. Preparations include removing addictive substance from your home, as well as eliminating triggers in your life that may make you more likely, to use those substances again. This often means getting rid of paraphernalia or other items that may trigger your desire to use a substance or engage in a harmful behavior. You may also find it necessary to change your routine so that you can have less contact with people or settings that triggers cravings. Other ways to prepare include deciding what approach you plan to use to overcome your addiction and getting the resources that you need to be successful. For example, a person who is trying to quit smoking would start by deciding whether they are going to stop smoking cold turkey or gradually reduce the nicotine use. Next, they would get the tools they need to quit successfully, such as finding a support group, buying nicotine replacement therapy product, or talking to a healthcare provider about the prescription smoking cessation medications. All right. Yes. So that is you preparing to change. Preparing to change. Now, the next thing you are going to do is seek social support. All right. Seek social support. Perhaps the hardest preparation to make concerning perhaps the hardest preparations to make concern social relationships. Now, for people living with addiction, some of their relationship may revolve around addictive behaviors. In such areas, setting boundaries within those relationships and joining a self-help group such as Alcoholics Anonymous can, be helpful for providing a group of people who understand what they are going through. Loneliness can be a challenge when you are quitting. You may have less touch with old friends and loved ones, and changing your behavior may take it difficult, may make it difficult to spend time around people who are still using substance or engaging in certain behaviors. But finding people who support your recovery can be very helpful and may improve your outcomes. In other words, seek social support, hang around people that are positive minded, hang around success stories, hang around people that understand you and are willing to help you come out of your behavior. You want to quit whatever addiction, and you keep hanging around people that are still involved in such addiction, such character, behavior, or lifestyle that you're trying to come out from, won't help you. It won't help you at all. It won't help you. So the best thing to do is find a group of people that have overcome. Find a group of people that will support you, that would help you, overcome, whatever sort of addiction that you are facing. All right. So you need to take time to contact friends and family who would support you in your goals. You might also want to let those friends who drink, use drugs, or engage in addictive behaviors know that you are planning to change. They may not understand, or you may be, pleasantly surprised. Either way, it's a good idea to let them know your goal and what you can do to support it, even if it means taking a break from the friendship for a period of time. If it means cutting your relationship with anyone that triggers your desire, if it means not being in touch with them anymore, it is for your own good at the end of the day. So take that bold step today. Reach out to healthcare providers, all right? For alcohol and drug addictions, it is a good idea to talk to a doctor or local drug clinic about whether you need medical help in quitting. There are options for medications to help alleviate withdrawal symptoms. In some cases, you may need medical supervision during the detox process. If you have an underlying mental health problem, such as anxiety or depression, it could worsen during the withdrawal phase. Healthcare providers can be very supportive and helpful while navigating these challenges. Now, you need to have this in mind, that the first step in overcoming addiction involves deciding to take a change. From there, prepare, planning, find support, and talking to a healthcare provider that can help you, through that can see you through, see you through a successful recovery. All right. Yes. So you can get treatment to overcome an addiction, which is another way. Get treatment to overcome an addiction. There are many different treatments that can help you during the process of overcoming an addiction, including medical and psychological approach. Now, there is no one right type of addiction treatment. There is no right type of addiction treatment, although some approaches are better supported by research and others. Now, in as much as you want to get out of any form of addiction, there are treatments. There are several ways that you can go. That you can speak to a counselor. In as much as you are going to read books, you're going to pray, you should also speak to a counselor. You should also look for a group of people that would help you come out of that addiction as quick as possible. All right. You need to take the decision. You need to prepare to change. You need to start the process. All right. You need to come to a realization that if you don't quit, you see, have this in mind. Have this in mind, that if you don't kill this addiction, that addiction will kill you. Yes. If you don't kill that addiction, at the end of the day, whatsoever it is that you are addicted to, that is of negative that brings negative results or negative outcome to you, if you don't kill it, it will kill you. That addiction is not there to make you, but to destroy you, but to mar you. That character, that behavior is not there to make you a celebrity. Yeah. If you're not if you're not the talk of the town in terms of when they want to talk about somebody to learn from, if your story is not being told, if people are not talking about you from the angle of, oh, learn from this person, then you would be a warning note. You will be used as a warning note to people. So this is to let you know that it is easy. It is very, very easy. Very, very easy. Very, very easy to come out of addiction. Now, because of how broad this conversation is, I'll have to continue next week. Yeah, don't worry. We'll continue this conversation next week. All right. Now, I'm going to just recap what I've said earlier. In coming out of addiction, all right, you need to start the process. You need to take that decision to change. You need to prepare yourself to change. You need to seek social support, reach out to healthcare providers, get treatment to overcome an addiction. All right. From next week, we'll take further steps. We'll take further steps on how you can, overcome addiction. And like I made mention earlier, there is a lot of conversation out there on how to overcome addiction, and this is just my little contribution to the numerous steps out there that would help you. And to further this conversation, I would love to hear from you. If you are out there, you've faced addiction, you've been able to overcome, and you would love to share your story, feel free to do that via our WhatsApp number. I would love to hear from you. If you want to be in the studio to share your story in order to be of inspiration to someone out there, feel free to do that. I'll be glad to hear from you, and willing to have you to share your story as well. All right, quickly. Today, let me just before I draw the curtain finally for today. We'll be back again by Friday, 10 a.m. Gospel Inspiration. And we're going to have the on-site School of Strategy training at our head office, at the P1 Plus head office. Do well to make it down to the P1 Plus head office for the School of Strategy. It has officially commenced for the year 2024. And this Friday, we'll be talking about 10 steps, 10 successful steps, and that would help you make huge success as far as real estate business is concerned for the year 2024. All right, do not miss every other session, every other training of the School of Strategy as far as this year is concerned. And then after that, yes, we would have the live stream on our Facebook platform. Should in case you're unable to make it down to the head office, wherever you are, you can follow the training live on our Facebook platform. And also by 4 p.m. we'd have the Lighthouse Show. There will be giveaways, it will be fun, it will be entertainment. So do well to join us again by Friday, 10 a.m. Okay, let me quickly put a call through. So a birthday celebrant that I want to quickly speak to this afternoon.
Never know until you try this know. I've been around the world. You're the only one my heart, the only one my heart beats for. Don't let time fool ya. It's now or never. It's now or never. We may never know until we try this slow. Baby, you never know until we try this slow. Baby, you never know until we try this slow. I've been around the world, but you're the only one my heart beats for. Don't let time fool ya. It's now or never, it's now or never. You may never know until you try this love. You see, in this world, not everything happens for a reason. The foolish world,
All right.
letting you walk away
Yeah,
from
I'm unable to reach out to the person I initially wanted to give a special birthday shout out to. But yes, notwithstanding, this is where I'll draw the curtain and see you again by Friday. God bless you all.
baby.